Hey there, YouTube. Good to see you. It's another edition of Walking Thoughts. And, you haven't noticed? Shaved because it was getting hot. So today, this morning, I want to chat about intuition because, there was a question that was posed about if intuition was valid, and actually, more importantly, what is intuition? And because it does have a metaphysical kind of meaning to it too. People think about intuition, and sometimes they think about psychic abilities, visions, or just knowing things without any reason. Basically, it's, by definition, it's more of like a gut feeling. It's basically knowing things, like knowing about a device or a situation or a behavior or something like that without that particular subject being explained to you. And the reason you know it is not through any kind of magical means or supernatural means. It's through experience, education, deduction, because you've gone through similar situations, you've played with similar devices, this and that, and it doesn't really need to be explained to you, because once you look in, the brain works pretty fast recognizing things, and it'll put it into perspective, and it'll line it up into experiences that you know, that you're aware of, not just experiences but knowledge, information that you have in your head already. And you kind of make you have a gut feeling about what's going on. Is it always accurate? No. No, not at all. Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. It depends on how good your experience with the situation or gadget or whatever it is, and how much knowledge you went into background research on it. Like people could be put in a situation, but they only are exposed to it slightly. So they don't have a complete understanding of what might have happened to them in the past. And when you apply an incomplete understanding to future events, you don't come out on top. I don't know how else to say that. You don't always accurately predict what's going to happen or what is happening at the time. Intuition is a tool. It's a tool, kind of like reading body language. And I think we've talked about this on the Skeptical Help Bar, or no, maybe not. I think I talked about it on another show, another live, where body language is not a accurate tool of judging a person's behavior or whether they're lying or not. It is a tool to kind of get an idea to start working with. So like body language is more like if somebody starts fidgeting, if you start asking them questions about a particular incident, because you think maybe they are responsible for something, you start asking them questions and they start getting fidgety. They can't sit still. They're avoiding eye contact. They're nervous, maybe they're sweating, and they keep trying to leave, or they want to leave, or they ask if they can leave, something like that. Now, that doesn't mean they're guilty. That means that it could be that they're guilty. It could be that they're in an uncomfortable position too. It could be that they're just very uncomfortable with being in a situation where they're being questioned. They know they're being accused. They're worried. They're not guilty, but they're just nervous. So reading body language is not always accurate, and having intuition about something is not always accurate in the same way. I look at different situations. Sorry, there's a trash truck behind me. I look at different situations when I'm on scene. If I go to a house, I start processing as soon as I show up. I look at a house and I'm like, all right, is it well kept? Is it maintained? Is it, do the owners take pride in their property? Or is it run down? Are there windows broken? Are there doors broken? Is the siding or brick messed up or damaged? Stuff like that. And that starts giving me an idea of what might be inside. And you can call it intuition. Like I read the scene, I'm like, yeah, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be a bad situation. And I get inside, and most of the time it's like that. But sometimes I'm wrong. Sometimes the outside appearance doesn't reflect the inside appearance. So my intuition about what was going on is wrong. It's incorrect. So again, I think it's intuition in the paranormal community has gotten this psychic-like status. I had to slow down on my words, so I said that right. Psychic-like status. Where if somebody gets the feeling that they know what's going to happen, or that they know how someone's going to react, or that they know what's going on almost instantly when they walk into a scene, or like an environment, it's viewed in this community as something psychic or mediumship, or like you have some kind of psychic powers to read the environment. And that's simply not it. That's just our nature. That's our experience of in life, telling us, hey, like we're in this situation now, and I kind of read the room, and based on contextual cues, based on decor, based on anyone that's inside and their demeanor, what they look like, how they react to me walking in, you read the room. And it's not a supernatural power. It is not any kind of magical power. It is simply looking at the clues and making a determination based on your experience and knowledge. Like we can usually tell when someone's sad, or we can tell when someone's excited. If you walk into a room and somebody's like, oh man, what's up, how you doing? They're excited. If you walk into a room and they're like, what the fuck? Which I've experienced a number of times. That means that they are not so happy and not so excited to see you. And that sets a mood. That gives you an instant indication of what's going on. And then, if you're in a room, like if there's a certain odor in the room, you may think that something happened. There is a smell of death. And I usually smell it with animals, if there's a dead animal around. And that can get into different houses, different rooms of the house. And if you pick up on that scent, you may think, oh, somebody died in this room. And it's pretty, our sense of smell, while nowhere near some animals, it does have a powerful effect with memory. So if we pick up that sense of death in a room, even a whiff, we could get that instant instant thought that somebody might have died in that room. And I think this would be part of intuition. And that might be wrong, because if it's a smell of an animal, like a dead animal that was found like in the crawl space or in the wall or even outside. If you have a dead animal over there, depending on how big it is, or between a deer and say like a squirrel, you might smell the deer, you probably won't smell the squirrel. If I'm over here and the wind is coming this direction towards me, and I might look around, if I was inclined to believe, I might stand here and go, oh, maybe somebody died in this parking lot. You know, maybe there's an accident. And that would be more of a supernatural intuition idea. Anyway, so that's my take on intuition. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys have some thoughts, and of course, as always, if you do have some thoughts on this, please feel free to put them in the comments, and I'll go through them throughout the day and see if I can respond to some of them. I have been trying to respond more in order to engage with you guys. So yeah, let me know, and we'll go from there. Okay? And until then, never stop learning. And I'll see you tonight for the Skeptical Health Bar. Oh, and just a heads up, if you made it this far, Donna will not be joining me tonight. With all the stuff that has gone on in the last week, and unfortunately more, she is not up to being happy right now. So hopefully Tim Vickers will be filling in, and we'll be having a show tonight. And if not, then I'll be going solo. And if that happens, that means because I get so far behind in the chat, just like Seg does, I will probably be instituting? I think that's the word. A rule that if you want to ask a question, you have to come on the show. That way it helps me keep the questions down. I don't know if I'm going to do that though, because that might pile up too. Because if I get like a whole bunch of people on, that might be fun. Like a whole roundtable discussion kind of thing. That might be fun. Maybe we'll do that. All right, I'm heading back. Time to hit the showers, get to work, and live out the day. See ya.